Yeah, because we're investigations. Let's see. Yes. Alrighty, cool. Let me make sure everything else is set up right. I should be okay. Actually, no. Alright, we should be all good to go. Hopefully. I'll find my errors later on. But what's up, everybody? The Big Sauce here. Welcome back to Danganropa. Ooh, I don't like how my body disappears. Come on, chair. You got me? You got me, chair? This is part 8 of Danganropa. The last one, we woke up, days passed, free time passed, and then boom, all of a sudden, Asahina, she screamed, came in, and we saw Sakura sitting in the chair. We busted open, and she was ice cold. So that's where we are now. Everyone else is here, except, oh, I just barely saw that. Except fortune teller man, Toko, and who's the other person? I forgot. But we finished Evil Within, and I just remembered last night. I was like, you know what, I haven't done in a while, because I'm home. I had a lot of free time, and I was just like, I haven't live streamed, so here we are now. I don't like how my shoulders keep disappearing. Okay, this is all dark, but I'm wearing my Danganropa shirt again from the anime. That's not so good. Hold on, let's see. Ah, what's that? Yeah, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. My shoulders ain't gonna come back, but that's fine. You don't need to see my shoulders anyways. Alright, so we are investigation. We got a lot of stuff to see and people to talk to. So I guess we'll start by talking with everybody.
What?
Byakuya? Oh shit. Hold up. Nope. Wrong thing. There we go. Okay, there we go. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away. He's not even trying to how much he despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What the heck?
We already know who did it.
I won't forgive
Byakuya,
you.
Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you? Don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma files said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, and she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. Oh no! I'd stopped her by force even. This never would have happened. Nina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. So I'll always account. I always account. Is it? Well, I don't know. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Okay, so now I talk to Byakuya.
What?
When you want, you're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. And it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I hadn't seen Sakura today at all. Yaka says you didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it. It's a fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Yeah, because of course, Byakuya didn't go because he didn't want to be killed, and there's no way he could have killed Sakura. So do I talk to Kyoko again?
Hey.
No? Yeah, no. Okay. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. The status of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullets. Maybe her getting hit in the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Why did she vomit blood, huh? There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have came from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain. Can I look at the magazines? The same shelf full of magazines, different kinds. Oh, okay, so we got glass. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and there are tops and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So it must have been originally a bottle. Wow, Makoto, you're so smart. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Those figures go to these. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. 2 are missing. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
So...
See, I barely realized they were holding different chess pieces. It's no different from your standard chip in a bottle. Huh? You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words...
So this is a Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I feel like I'm finally understanding makes sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle is sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass was probably started out as a bottle, which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle. Shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Was it? That handkerchief? That was a wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well...
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave the candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I make sure nobody else can get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
Because, I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to have a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. You know. Polka dot candy wrappers ran to the truth bullets. What would we use candy for? I don't know. Oh yeah, this. The locker's open. And on the inside, it's a handprint.
Why?
Why is that? What's a handprint doing there? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left the handprint and all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I think someone was hiding there in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in there until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, it's not a possibility. I think you would have heard it if someone would have slammed it open just, guys, what happened? Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back before we opened the door. We looked inside the room, right? Oh, it was already open. And yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Oh, the chair that was in front of it. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. Protozyme X. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A-2. It reminds you, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey.
You see that scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must have been parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered on the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Oh, I mean... Yeah, because if you broke the glass, it would be on top. Or like all around it, yeah, but it's underneath it. So it's like the glass broke and the bottle somehow fell on top of the glass. Interesting. And then the window. The door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke to get inside. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason for the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Oh, today's the 10th? And Low Nightmares 2 comes out in 3. And there are people who got early access to it and have completed the game. And what I heard people saying was that it was short, but I haven't looked at anything of it, watched nothing. I'm gonna pre-order it after I'm done with this live stream. Pre-order it, and when I'm able to play it, boom, we're starting. Just wait, guys, just wait. Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then
you should probably go talk to people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which I decided you'll go in my place. She decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. So I can leave now? Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Okay, I don't remember where their rooms are. I wish we can go and search for everybody's rooms. The ones who died already. press the doorbell. After a few seconds,
Who's there?
the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Yeah, I want to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I don't like how she calls him Master. I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toga claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as a fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. Well, that Toko quickly retrieved into her room. So Toko's account. Is that truth? Where is... There you are. I press the doorbell. And after a few seconds...
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Oh, did you maybe gaze into my soul and have your special abilities awakened in you? Oh. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she had asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, well. Well, she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
Shit, I was like, why do I feel cold air? My heater isn't working as good as it should. Or it takes forever to start up. No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
the last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Oh, do I still have it? Let's see. He was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Oh, sorry, it looks like I don't have it anymore. What a big goofy smile on his face. He pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh?
What?
Uh-oh. Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back in his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with me, but I never went. So if you excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slid back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that was no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash. This is a candy wrapper. Okay, so I heard from Toko and Hiro, and what next? So I definitely had to look at the actual crime scene again. But on top of that, maybe I should go find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? We're gonna go to the chem lab, of course. How do I? And it's on the 4th floor, right? The master's room. There's a chem lab. Ooh, Byakuya is there. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing in here? Oh,
What?
look at that on the floor. Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Fucking asshole. So there's only, what, 2 things? Oh, but you said don't get in his way. This is my first time seeing the shelf, but I can't get over how big it is. I probably should take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. More important right now, what's that powder that's been stored in front of the shelf? I had to be careful not to step in it. Someone already did. These are footprints? And only in front of the left shelf. How these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? I may need to sketch out the floor plan. But we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go, chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I drawn up a sketch of the room. So how's this? I hate him. Bottle. Not bad. For you, I mean. Exit, desk. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. Yeah, it appeared that footprints only had business on the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Kodo,
possible.
are they yours? No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself. I can't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. See, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately, but with how clear these footprints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. And these prints are a really valuable clue. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where the powder came from? Oh, there's a skull on it. It looks like the bottle had been labeled on Chem C-4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been
So
spilled.
in other words...
That's right. It can only have been around the time of the incident. If that really was when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. The source of the powder has been added. I should probably take a hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also remains of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle is labeled Chem C-4. C4. It's explosives. Also, it looks like someone left the footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell you for now. Footprints in the powder. Ooh, C has the poisons. On this shelf is one that I can tell is nothing but dangerous chemicals. It looks like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers in this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. Because they're bombs. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. So on this shelf looks like a bunch of chemicals that have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're using experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. Have you not lived such an ignorance for so long? It must be truly it must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
Well, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The world's of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers of the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Let's see, what's on this shelf? All kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers of the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Did someone put this here on accident? I should find more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has leak chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. Why was that bottle poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Chem lab shelf has been added. Already taking a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should go take another look around the rec room. Okay. The rec room is still on this floor, right? No. Data lab. There we go.
Hey,
Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway,
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf, magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. So let's start with the Monokuma bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new.
hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Correlation. Hey Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come up with their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottle has been updated.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? Experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that's obnoxious Byakuya is not here anyways.
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the room and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare weights of what? Pieces of glass collected in one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
So first, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced.
in other words,
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, normal assumption would be either way they're balanced out, or the pieces I collected will be lighter. Do my best to get them all, but there's still a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How's that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiments and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth bullet section. Well, I'm not smart, so I don't know. No, she said the magazine rack. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine's upside down. Oh, gross. Did someone put a bacteria on this way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the invert magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word has been written in blood. Bloody letters. Bold, bloody letters. Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
It doesn't appear that you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was right like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to the corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that more suspicious. So, magazine dying message has been added. Could it be the case like Leon's? What else she say? The locker? No. What does she want me to look for?
why? It's true.
Okay, no. What does she want me to look for?
In other words, hey,
Showed that the pieces of glass on the floor were heavier than an intact Makuma bottle. And the bottles all have something in common. Apparently, it's an important secret hidden there. So,
I won't forgive you.
Toko's the killer. I'm sure of it. That magazine proves we got the killer cornered. Do I get the bottles again? Something new. Something new. No. Turn the weights. Broken pieces are clearly heavier. What does that mean?
so,
There's our experimental correlation.
indeed.
So, no, not the chair. The bottle.
So, hey, correct.
So do I just leave? I don't think there's anything else I can look at. Oh, I can't leave there. Yeah. Where do I go? What do I do now? Yaku's from the chem lab. I don't think there would be anything else or anywhere else to go except these areas, you know. Do I have to figure out the bottle thing? What the fuck? The shards are back.
Just a second.
Oh, it was their body. Okay, just staying out to space is gonna help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew,
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's this kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there's still some times... I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
it's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
hey,
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
The powder is clue number 1. That's the powder in the chem room. Next is the wound to her head. Look
It's true.
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just
It
explain.
would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Uh-oh. No, I'm not ready. No. Uh-oh.
Stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Oh,
Please
man.
go through
Not
the
ready?
red door on
No.
the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Damn you, Monokuma. Well, it's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something. Oh, I have to make something happen. I slowly approach the doors. I slowly open the doors. Monokuma has made his announcement, and everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then, the ultimate martial artist, happy face. A locked room murder mystery, winky face.
What?
What the? I recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body. Oh, fuck. This is just plain creepy.
Well,
And how about the reverse?
phew.
No matter how great something is, if you put it in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes,
For
indeed.
example, do you have 100 friends?
What?
He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. What the hell was that? I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't be mean!
I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer?
What the heck?
Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet someone killed her. And the person is here? The person is one of us? Now let's go. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. Made my way towards the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I got through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar chunking sounds. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. Just a 60, huh? Really?
kind of
That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say like it's not your fault we're all in this world that's left. I wonder will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school's life come to end completely?
Now then.
Now then, are you ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. Oh, Monokuma, you're talking and bored. Me too. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly clash trial. Let's go and save. Do I have any new skills? Increase the focus gauge by 2. That one already have set. Lost in Thought increases the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial. And a lot of these you get for befriending, like getting your max friendship with someone. And I think just completing the trials, they give you just a standard one. The damaged opponent allows you to lock onto 2 statements at once. Let's go. Class trial. And now shut up.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of those 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Okay, so it's gonna be about the notes or meeting up with Sakura.
It was one of you. One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low as you can get.
Damn. Some concrete reason why Hina suspects those 3 specifically. I'm sure she mentioned it before.
It was one of you.
No, I just had to shoot one of the words.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have?
Because you hated her.
Is the next one.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Oh fuck, here we go again. No, the longest clash, it only gets, each game the clash trials just get longer and longer.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
And we know who is.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Where is it?
Yeah, same here. I never saw her.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Liar, you had the candy. Yeah.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's...
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean... Yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. The reason I know that is when Sakura got the
I
candy.
got it! I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Give him a Makoto.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why the sudden hostility?
Why are you keeping it a secret?
But we just talked, that's all! I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
No, you've been lying the whole time. That's why you don't lie,
You're
bro.
acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What does shining message even
At the
be?
scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
How the fuck did he know? He didn't go.
It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the
That's
scene
what I
of
was
the
saying. I was
crime.
like, what the fuck did he show up?
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Or did he see what had happened? Huh? Hold on. But when Kyoko found the message with the dying magazine with the dying message in it, it was on the magazine
I
shelf.
got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense!
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found the dying message during the investigation, in which case, it clearly contradicts what Hiro told us. They're all just liars, bro. Just don't lie. Just tell the truth, bro. Magazine dying message.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body. At that time, where was the magazine?
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
No, what the fuck? That's what he said.
Shoot!
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying when Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw...
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
He said he saw the dying message when he first found the body, and that time was a magazine. Okay, so...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying
But yeah,
message.
just a little bit.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's wrong.
But didn't you already say that? What was the point?
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then.
Exactly.
Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
When it was written.
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
The fuck is the Vienna
I don't even know where to begin with that one.
He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Oh.
Yeah?
Because her hands were clean.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Without a doubt? No, I say, do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message. Uh-oh.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right.
No. Uh-oh.
The occult is bullcrap.
Oh, I can't shoot.
The end is nigh.
I can't shoot.
I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest.
No. Oh no.
The end is nigh. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Show me the proof.
100% without a doubt.
This should prove it.
Kyoko's investigation.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message.
Because her hands are clean.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. But both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself.
Let me see your fingers.
That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, so I was right.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
What? You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help you give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm gonna end it today. I'm gonna end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed.
But that's just a glass bottle.
So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me,
But she was
do
hit
whatever
twice.
you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So what is the hero did that doesn't make sense? What he would have to do after writing the message doesn't make sense. Why he picked Toko? Well, what if he straight to Toko kill someone random? She's a friend. No, my heart! No! Yeah, that's not the point I was trying to make. Oh, now they're gonna vote me out. What the hell? Yes, give it another shot.
I refuse to
That's
give
what I
up
hate.
yet.
It's like you ran out of hearts, and everyone's just like, "Oh, fuck it, Makoto did it." It's like, what?
I'm completely unconvinced because if you look, both of her hands were
Say what?
Yeah, skip all of it. Okay. You hit her with the bottle.
Then what's
We're ready to vote.
We have to do after writing the message. What he would have to do after writing the message. I was hidden?
I got it!
Okay.
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well,
I panicked.
I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Oh.
Really?
So someone else came in.
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
Then, who was it?
The one whose name was written.
If they
of
went
course.
to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
One choice. It was Byakuya.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
What?
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
She'll beat her. She'll beat her up.
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer, and I have to prove that. Maybe like what, the head wounds or something? Status of Sakura's body?
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do anything.
You're awful.
You hit her from behind. And you only hit her once, is that right?
Yeah, just once.
Damn it.
Shoot!
What's the other one? The summary?
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from, and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from, and you only hit her.
Yeah, just once.
Oh, I blocked it. Oh shit!
See? Hero really is the killer!
Yeah, but then there's something that proves the wound. Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed him on a
blocked
and I
it.
hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from, and you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Oh, so that's what
How can you
the
know that
experiment
just
was.
from some
That it
cuts
was
on her
heavy 'cause
head?
there's 2 bottles.
She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
Okay, I was thinking about it, I was like, what the hell is she talking about?
There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy.
Let's look at the 2 gaps.
If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
Questions to the Monokuma bottles. Well, it's starting to become clear. The connection must be it's the object the Monokuma figure had inside. Each bottle is holding. Oh, Hangman's Gambit. Oh, Jesus. Okay, good. The chess piece. Okay, I was like, this is gonna be like something crazy. Ah. No. Oh, there was a red S I should have hit. Okay. Where's the pay? I need to let it pay, so. No! I got in the way. Chess piece.
Now I understand.
Fuck, it's so bright. And
That's
it's like,
it. The chess
like dark
pieces.
outside. There's no
Inside
sun.
each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the
knight
broken
and the queen are
bottle we
missing.
found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain.
I was in the chess
In
club
chess,
for like
there are 6
3
different
weeks.
pieces. The king,
I was fucking
the queen,
ass.
the rook,
I was
knight,
horrible at it.
bishop, and
Dude,
pawn.
it's the UIL competition. I got like dead last.
What was left
good times.
intact at the crime scene
Eighth
were the
grade.
king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Empty your pockets.
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
Nope.
No.
Experiment.
It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
It was broken.
I got it!
Did the first one say I was
bottle
excited?
must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
It was just a single broken bottle, and the evidence that proves it is, Kyoko and I figured it out before. Oh fuck. The bottle experiment.
I got it!
Hey,
Earlier,
my heart.
Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There would be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by second attack.
I got it!
Let's say some bowling.
The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko?
Ooh.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
You killed her!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
Oh, she was in the locker.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear.
Exactly.
But maybe she found somewhere to hide.
It's all coming together.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko is hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it here. She left it there for anyone to find. A new element has been added to the full-time battles. What? So far, you've probably been pressing the triangle button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're going to have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way by pressing non-stop debate, similar to pressing the L1 button. We're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless, just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh boy.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. It's a lie! That's enough!
The locker handprint.
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Yeah!
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
She gonna pass out.
It's my handprint.
Damn, of course she listens to her master.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
What?
Straight up again?
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
Did it fucking hit her again? Why?
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
Why?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling.
Damn, she was probably like, ow, who the fuck hit me? Why did he hit me there just?
And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines.
Just like Jack or Jill.
I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her, you mean?
Guess who's back?
Damn it.
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle.
Oh shit.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No,
Hey.
she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
Hell yeah, boy.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you have swords for Hero on that
What's
one.
wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh?
Oh, we gotta talk about the chem lab and stuff.
Not yet?
Damn.
Why not yet?
I thought it was getting brighter outside, so that's why I was like, oh, I gotta turn it up or it's gonna turn dark. But it's like, look at that. I'll just leave it down. It's fine.
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Oh, gross. It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is...
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
So second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? No,
I was
she
just
died in the
sleeping
chair.
peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up.
You were taken by so you smashed her.
You got it!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up. I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong.
No, she died in the chair.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves that she was attacked from the magazine show. The blood stain.
I got it!
Hey.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right?
Hell no.
All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Exactly.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door?
No.
And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Because it was open. I was in the locker.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then. Where was she?
What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And?
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
We might have to absorb something.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
There's one place I might find a clue that had to be written in there.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause.
Because there's only
What killed
there's no
Sakura?
other injuries.
I can't think of anything other than the shot.
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
God.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Good question. What else can
Some
make you
sort
vomit
of
blood?
reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
Oh, God.
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
It's an A
The
shelf.
shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Sure, where you got it. It's on the same shelf as all the supplements. Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Bianca put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Master!
We were so shocked that we were seeing. All we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Bianca was so calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
The protein.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Gil took the bottle from Bianca and scrapped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger onto her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison actually filled with protein powder. The poison must have been, could it be? Hangman's Gambit. Oh, fuck. That's protein. Those are the protein. Oh, drink. My first assumption was that I saw like an R in the K. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, drink. It was in Sakura's protein drink.
Poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
A cup full of water.
I got it! You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
But who gave her a protein drink?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
Oh god,
What?
I'm sleepy.
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
There is a shows the switch to footprints. Fuck.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the
And
shelf.
who else footprints or the powder on their shoe?
That's the
Sakura.
evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that
They're connected.
what's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me. The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then, Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
What? Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
Your feet are too big.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's
everything.
Just, the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura?
You're still looking.
And if
you're still missing
did,
some evidence.
Why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you
Well,
honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? too obvious. Too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
That was... I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them.
There's no footprints from C or B. Just in A.
Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A.
Nope.
Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
But if that's true, there was no footprints.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
Hey,
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're
You
satisfied?
were there. You should know. Until we figure it out. Until I recover the full truth of this case. Did I say recover? Uncover. Shit. The footprints.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C
To Section...
Nope.
No,
Not
that's
true.
wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I didn't notice I left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
I was wrong.
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple.
Because she wants to die, bruh.
If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the?
Oh,
What the hell? What's going on here?
what? Jack is stupid also. He saw the footprints. He was there.
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
I was wrong?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
Ooh.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle.
How the fuck?
And the
There's
hidden
nothing in
clue
the-
was
like,
exposed
there's, like, that much
thanks
in the
to
bottle.
you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then.
Is that glass from the fucking window?
Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Dark light blue glass because I found the flower of poison. I remember now it broke some of the same shade of blue. The window.
I got it!
How the fuck did the window...
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
How the fuck did it get in the bottle?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass
That's
in the
what I'm
window
saying.
get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
What was it? Oh, fuck. Sorry. What was in the bottle of poison should have been when I broke the rec room window. According to that, Hina told us. Section A.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
And everything Hina told us was a lie?
Yeah.
In
Duh.
reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast.
Holy shit.
I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come
I still
on!
understand.
How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
Cuz, bro, you're dumb. The reason you say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened. Oh, shit. Source of the powder. Empty protein drink, chem lab shelf.
When it comes to
Sure.
that protein pan, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
When the locked room was unlocked. In other words, when I broke the window. If I concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
I'm confused.
So you're saying someone planted it?
No. It had to have been in there. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
When the locked room was unlocked, in other words, when I broke the window. If I concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the rec room was
unlocked.
So, when you broke the window, if I concentrate on that.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying
someone planted?
No. It had to have been. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
When it comes to that, there's not a doubt until
the locked room was unlocked.
It absolutely.
So you're saying someone planted it there?
No. No, it had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Fuck. Since either right,
shoot.
When it comes to that protein can,
I'm fucking confused.
There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
Byakuya's words. I
so
know
you're
that.
saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Motherfucker. What the hell? I don't get it.
Shoot.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
Okay, so when he broke the window, if I concentrate on that. So
when it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're someone planted?
No. It had to have been. It had
to be. It was in there before
the rec room was.
There we go.
No,
okay.
that's wrong. You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Oh, yeah, and it was on top of the glass.
Of course.
Yeah.
It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
We're underneath it, bro.
He also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
IC's still blowing cold air. What the fuck? Why?
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already! Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it back to the rec room, it had to have been
I got
Sakura.
it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
She has the powder on her shoe.
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Sakura definitely went to section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it. Uh-oh. Here we go.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Sorry, Hina. Concentrating to the max right now.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
Final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof
powder.
Sakura took the—
This should prove it. Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
Ooh, I'm starting to get hungry.
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Then why are you crying? The one that killed Sakura. You can actually take Sakura and the poison, then solve mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. It was suicide.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create a locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were. You said you were going to go get everyone else.
But she went to go put the poison bottle back.
But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Put the bottle down.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
Damn.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No. No! No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. You have to end this properly.
Damn. With the vote. Let's do the magazine. So, Act 1. Sakura comes, puts the note. Hiro, Toko, they read it. And... Because Byakuya. So that one's not gonna be used. Okay, so just keep going. Act 2. Toko goes. She's like, oh shit, and she hides in the locker. That's when she comes out of the locker. She's like, here, sitting there, here, take this. And then he's like, oh fuck. And he hits her over the head. fuck? And then he gets scared, so he's like, let's frame Toko. So he writes her name. Then he takes off. Then she comes out of the locker. Is that her getting in the locker? And this is her leaving. So I'm assuming this is her getting in the locker. And then she sees and she puts it back upside down. And then she gets back up, faints. Jill comes in, grabs the bottle. Oh shit. Smashes it because it was a queen's piece. Then she tries to clean it up and she takes off. Oh, and then Sakura gets back up. I'm assuming she pulls out the poison because this next slide has her drinking it. And that's when it come back. She's just sitting there, busts it open, and then boom, the poison. Slides it away, and then comes back and puts. Okay, so the other one has to be used. Which one's a miss? Okay, this one. Oh well, the rook or the knight piece, and the very first one, which has to be none other than Byakuya. Oh, well, of course, Byakuya got the other door. I forgot. Okay,
here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
And it was, of course, the people that didn't trust her no more is the ones she asked to go to the rec room.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Okay.
And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked.
Fucking God, man. Imbecile. You know, ma.
Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura.
And if Hiro ever did kill someone, he'll be found out so quick.
To that end, he wrote down Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
Oh my god, dropped her.
This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Cuz, bro, you're stupid.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
That's it. When I died. Nice. All A's, 1C and 1B. Hell yeah. 94 medals.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
And we all vote Sakura herself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire...
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you could have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet why'd you do that?
Don't be mean!
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to
couldn't let her be
die.
the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you're gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
That's...
For serious? That's...
What is this?
You still understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... I found on the ground in front of the rec room. It was Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her, but... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me?
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me...
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt. Sakura. Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them.
Huh?
You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to you. Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you. Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Aww. Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood she was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... You trampled all over her feelings and you did the unthinkable. No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what a suicide note means. So instead of just wanting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Alright, here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. Well, what's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. And that's when she barred the door and everything. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein that she asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? I don't have a girl voice, so I can't scream at the top of my lungs. And plus, I'll probably blow out Yell's eardrums. She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
why?
You all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight that she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And it's still cold. Why? I can feel it on my legs. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of the regrets. Oh, come on. Wow, the hunger's getting to me. But even then, even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I can never face her after this.
Hey! Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker,
Hey!
but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What
did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words...
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But he already...
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true!
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina, and I put in her room.
Huh?
What?
Huh?
You lied to me?
Unbelievable!
I don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it until it took my little scribbles at face value. You didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything.
Boom.
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? Case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other.
Phew.
Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys.
Shing!
So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process, okay? End scene cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in a real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on!
Isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Can you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed!
Okay, geez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. Oh god, am I gonna say this in my Kuma's? No, I'm gonna say it in normal voice. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would have moved forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all you led directly to all you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. Of course, I gotta ruin it. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control, and to fulfill that obligation I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
Damn. The mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. Sacrificed so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Otoko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully, then they'll
I
see.
never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
This is... I don't understand how she felt, not at all. I thought we were so close and still.
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all our meddling was like totally pointless.
Uh-oh.
She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead, she deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean by next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hino with the fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight. It's all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. Nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh-hoo.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered, because the one we need to destroy is you, nobody else.
What? What do you want?
The heck? That's not how this is supposed to go.
That's strange.
But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other. He's absolutely right about that.
Phew!
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you? This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I'm bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hino are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear that the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat
There's
myself.
no point participating in a game which has lost a sense of excitement, which I will no longer be participating in it.
What?
What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear now.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean? Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by the same thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Where a master goes, I'll go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now you can say that Sakura's death had no meaning. How boring. But nothing good could come of this. I'm still gonna be one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time? Anyway, let's forget about the good for nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish
So
you
y'all been waiting
guys?
for punishment time.
What?
What? Wait, but Sakura is technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna.
But...
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh heavens, no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can't just sub in whatever else student I want. Did I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, I'd be ashamed to let it go to waste.
Yahoo!
For my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. Special guest?
Let's give it
everything
everything
we've got.
It's punishment time.
Alter ego? Excavator Destroyer. He found Alter Ego hooked up to the internet and got it. You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk.
Phew.
They really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grub a plate of chicken. After all, they say the post-workout grub chicken's where it's at. Yeah, I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still.
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. For the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with that laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend! And you killed him! Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can't call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out, all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly what I was all going to play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data on the laptop, it was, I guess you can call it a gift from me to you?
Phew.
Or maybe more like a reward and on you for being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. The sneaking into your network was just too personal. So I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work so hard that everyone else can get, so that we can get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh, jeez. Yeah, the punishment time was made me feel a billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing Amelia's death is so soothing. It makes me remember that that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of us are our friends. They all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring the things to a close. Oh, before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a little bit more left on Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay, then here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears to the deluxe tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina, there's something I'd like to tell you and the others. Hopefully it would act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school. What, a clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, so I've learned one thing, which is the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is... Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today.
What?
What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh?
You guys?
That's the whole point, stupid. Is to get back at all you for hardening your resolve. Fine, but at least Sakura's no... Like I never have any of you greaseballs haven't.
Huh?
But...
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note. And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not gonna lay low and die. I will fight you, bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it. Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you? Well, whatever. Who cares about some dead musclehead? What some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know? And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life for years. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the grades in the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message? Her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me, what did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies? What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? Maybe we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off, and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies, comics and stuff, so it's not really totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class trial is over, Monokuma's gone. So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Oh yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. But, Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back the ego, big girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I'll never lose that to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Shut up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try. Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did you just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
Can't suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
Huh?
What are you talking about? This is absolutely not happening here. I would ever go for a sleazeball like him.
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are a sleazeball. More biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, 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 no!
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want to be abused. Give and take me. I guess it's not easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. Case closed. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms, but before long, night snuck up on us.
This as such, soon the doors to the... Okay then.
Nighttime descended and pulled me to sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I fell into such a deep sleep, but the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. What? up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me out from deep slumber and hazy half-consciousness. My eyes were like lead.
Kyoko?
How the fuck she get in?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
Time unknown. In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey.
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that. Every time you're surprised. Wait, what time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m.? Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? It's so late, what happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor?
So...
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? And Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data centered on the fourth floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. So spawn here. Can I teleport? I can't teleport? Oh, that's gay. I went to the after-hours school and headed for the data center. Oh, because it's gonna teleport me there anyways. Okay. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird. She said she'd meet me. She meet me inside already? I put my hand on the door and with a certain amount of force, it didn't open. I tried again, but must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister?
Damn it!
Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know? Oh, well, You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet? Right. But...
Hey!
I can see that. You don't waste my time telling me crap I can see for myself.
Unbelievable.
I think you might break in any second, so I just thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try to tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know? Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko.
You too? You guys?
Whatever, the two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back. What?
Hey.
Did you hear me? We're leaving. I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall we go?
Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Okay.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, come on, get out of here. Shoo. So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked. Then she shows up late, and we leave without checking a single thing? What's the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always.
Goodbye.
But, well then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? He was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Chapter 4, All-Star Apologies. The end. Surviving students. 7? Question mark. You receive the altered lump present. And save the data. 4 by Gore.
Mukuro Ikusaba. Mukuro Ikusaba. The 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be facing another murder. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself. Chapter 5. 100-mile dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. Daily life. In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. So, let's begin the usual post-trial investigation.
Huh?
Didn't you make small talk or anything? We never just get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, just refrain from pointless small talk. Jeez, how high is that horse of yours?
Well?
He acts like that to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think anyway. Regardless, you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep around the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder.
In the name of my family.
No matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them.
Huh?
Hey, Toko, you've been pretty quiet. Whoa! Man, you're so boring right now. You just sit there like a mushroom. I'm gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission.
Huh?
But if she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care.
How about that?
You okay with that, Toko? Jeez, how low is that rock you're hiding under?
Whew.
I believe this is a small talk Vyaka warned us against.
Come on.
And yet I let myself get involved. But it is now finished, and I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again.
Let's go.
We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouths and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Vyaka, we all started our exploration. So now the final floor is open, and we will uncover new mysteries. And as you can tell by the post cinematic of the chapter 5, there's going to be another murder. So with that happening, I believe it is this chapter and chapter 6, and we're done with the game. So a lot is going to happen. This is going to be long. These last 2 chapters are the longest ones, I think. So we'll get ready for that. I'm going to save. So we did a lot. We did all the investigations. We got to the class trial, which was actually pretty long for a suicide. Sakura took her own life, but she didn't do it for nothing. So we shall see what happens in the next time. And since I do have free time, I will probably stream again. Yeah, what's today? Wednesday? I'll probably stream again probably Friday. So get ready for that, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.